Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5000 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5000. Enjoy!
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to El Más Chingón, El Más Macho, hitting the new world order with a left and a right. You're listening to the King of Conspiracy. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
Yo, what's up, yo? And Jaja.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are the kings of the conspiracy ring, live and all the way live from Brooklyn, New York. Listening to the pound for pound juggernauts, folks. It doesn't get any heavier than our truth, does it, Jack?
I don't think so. Between you and I, we can figure anything out. The problem is that we're only on once a week, so people that want to know, they got to tune in at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
You got it, 9 o'clock
Friday
on
nights,
the dot.
only once a week. Maybe when we start getting some funding, and we got some sponsors now.
We got some sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to thank eastbymall.com. And again, if you want to own what Bond owns, you've heard me say it before, I'm saying it again, you want to own what Bond owns, the best in CCTV surveillance systems. I mean, all sorts of gadgets, folks. I mean, you've seen that guy that looks like Putin in those Spectre movies with the octopus, Illuminati symbolism all over the place, you know what I'm saying? If you want to own the gadgets that guy owns, go to eastbymall.com, use coupon code BruceNY, and you'll save 10%.
Where are they going? East?
Eastby Mall.
How do you spell that?
That's E, and then spy, like in Spy versus Spy, and then mall.com.
Okay, so it's eastbymall.com.
That's right.
I see.
That's right. So now we have again, the best in just jewelry, folks. And now we have East By Mall. So if you want to...
So let me ask you about the
Shop. Come to the Bruce Montalvo Show. I mean, I'm no swap meet like the Kool-Aid Man or whoever, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, we got things going on, right?
Right. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about what kind of spy gear they have. You say they have spy gear now?
They have all sorts of gadgets. And if you want to basically prepare your house for Armageddon, so you could see all sorts of angles where the zombies are going to be coming in, folks, all the high-tech, newfangled cameras, and I mean, if you don't trust the babysitter,
so they got eyeglasses.
If you don't trust the babysitter, they got the little bear with the camera on it. I mean, they got pens with cameras.
That's great.
They got all the craziest, zaniest gadgets that you could even think of.
And what kind of discount is Bruce NY?
10%.
Okay.
At Bruce NY.
And like how much of those like pens or glasses did you give it?
I just got the sponsorship, folks.
Today.
Again, I'm getting the third degree over here, but thank you for joining us, folks. It is January 15th, 2016, and you're listening to the Excellence of Radio Execution, Bruce Montalvo and Jaja, and we're going to get into the topics at hand.
I just wanted to mention one thing about those spy gadgets. that what I always thought would be really great is to be able to have a pen,
right,
and to walk into a court because they're never allowed to tape, or they tell you you're not allowed. But then, if once you tape like your oral report or some kind of a thing that you would have to purchase a transcript for, I mean, personally, I had an experience, Bruce, where I had the transcription was actually different than the verbal, than what the judge said. The judge was saying, "Oh, I know what I'm going to rule. I know what I'm going to." Yeah, and then I would have had his freaking voice in my freaking pen phone.
Exactly. And when I was walking through the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse, I would have gotten that golden Moloch on the walls and all the swastikas they have on the ceiling, folks. Now let's get into the show. First of all, Obama. Obama forgot America's age. Obama the dumbass. Was he stoned or is he just plain stupid?
Take a break. I mean, counting. I mean, it's not like what he has to remember to be the president. Today is the 219th birthday of my...
239th. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do so good in algebra. All right, I'm no trigonometrist. But, I mean, if you're the president of the United States, don't you figure you would know the age? I mean, I think he's stoned.
Leave Obama alone.
Who are you, Perez Hilton? I'm not leaving Barry from Indonesia.
He's got to remember his kids' birthdays.
He's from Chicago.
Martin Luther King's birthday. He's got to remember all kinds of people's birthdays. And now he's got to remember this.
Now, all sorts of COINTELPRO, Democratic COINTELPRO, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. He's got, what's-his-face, one of Dr. Dre's dingleberries in the White House shaking his hand. I mean, could you imagine? What did you say? You said if Nancy Reagan would have seen...
Nancy Reagan would have, seen those,
straight out of Compton in the White House?
Yeah, they were straight up squatting, 5 of them, 6 of them, all wearing black, all gangster, giving the West Side, whatever, giving some kind of gang signal. And then, they were, in the White House when Kendrick Lamar was there, too. You know what I'm saying? That was mad crazy. I was just imagining if Nancy Reagan, had seen that in while she was president,
and what
she
would
have freaking fainted.
Exactly.
She'd be like,
oh, yeah.
What are these black people, dude?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the little Nazi in the red dress. But let me tell you something. What I'm trying to figure out is, why is Kendrick Lamar getting the key to Compton when basically all the Chicanos took over Compton?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, all they got is that barbecue joint off of Avalon, folks. But
yeah,
seriously,
I didn't do a lot of deep investigation into
right.
into Kendrick, but I did notice something really bizarre happening in the news.
This White House is just out of control.
Okay, and it happened.
Scumbags in the White House. I mean, it's ridiculous.
There was this bizarre. Let me tell you about New York news, in case you don't know. There was this local news story about these kids getting raped. This girl getting gang raped by a group of kids that right in front of her father. Now, I took a look at these kids and I said, no way. These are not rapers and these are not gangsters. This one looks like King Cudi. This one looks like the spitting image of Kendrick Lamar. And the girl looks like Biggie Smalls, straight up. Okay, why is this little, Urkel-looking kids trying to rape this girl? Okay, I doubt it. And not in front... This is Brooklyn, okay? You guys have the wrong impression of what New York is. These kids are not criminally depraved like that, so much to the point where they are raping kids in front of their father, okay? And especially girls that look like Biggie Smalls.
This was no kid. This was like some King Kong gorilla. But anyway, I want to get into everybody.
But talk about... Let me finish.
Please.
Excuse me, Bruce. What I really wanted to say is that... Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Is that Black Lives Matter has gotten into the White House, and they are completely constructing false flag.
Exactly.
Right. And these are crisis actors. So what I'm trying to say is that they're trying to make black people look bad with this kind of fake news and, New York look bad.
Right. How many of these guys did Jay-Z bail out? But seriously, folks, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You got these people Freemasonically shaking Obama's hand inside the White House. This is what you got, just the Jerry Springer all over the place. And freaking Obama's Jerry Springer, seriously. But he forgot America's age. I can't believe it. I mean, you're the freaking dumbass in chief. You know how many times he's played golf, folks? I mean, he's played golf more than he's been to the Senate probably, or just anything. I mean, he's got the goddamn shadow government telling him what to do. He's just a puppet in the end. But to me, it's ridiculous. I mean, you're the top puppet of the United States, and you're going to forget the age? I mean, get out of here. Someone needs to bring out the hook they use on Broadway and just yank Obama the hell out of the presidency. And it's going to happen,
They're putting
folks.
some jerk. At least they have rappers in there. But, I mean, at the same time, they don't have me in there, so I don't really give a fuck.
But here's the thing. Everyone is screaming Islam. Now, what is Islam, folks? I've educated my listeners in the past as to what Islam really means, and it means subliminal for submit. It means submit. And that's exactly what they're doing every time you tune in to these debates. The stupid Americans just twiddling their thumbs watching the debate, commenting like it matters. I'm going to vote for Trump. Listen to me. It's exactly what that communist bastard Stalin said. It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes. And Trump and Hillary are going to go head to head. And guess what? Trump's going to tap out. And then all the stupid Republicans, as Donald Trump put it, all the stupid Republicans who believe everything he says and are going to eat up everything he says just because it's on Fox News. Look it up, folks. He said that. He knows how stupid these idiots are. They're proving it. They're proving it. Just look at
1989, he said that.
Right. I mean, you see their fan base all over the place. It's stupidity. Just the GOP proves how stupid America is. And to tell you the truth, folks, it's not who votes. It's who counts the votes.
Okay, so Bruce, I really had my finger on the pulse when we were tuned into the Republican debate.
Yeah, you
did. When Trump actually said, when they asked him a question about whether or not he was going to be able to sustain his own business or his businesses as a real estate mogul and, hotel guy, and he said, I probably will let my children do it. Okay, that was your key.
Probably?
That was your clue right there. The clue was that if he was really prepared to be president, he would have been like, oh yeah, my children have been handling my business ever since I've been on this campaign, and they're doing a fabulous job, and they will continue to do a fabulous job. He gave no surety, no sense of certainty to the public that the people will have a president that is solely responsible for the government, and the country. He just kept saying, I love America. Nobody loves America more than me. How do I know he's going to want to take it over? You know what I'm saying? Personally, because this guy, you put him in, I mean, as much as we love his character, you put him in the presidency, and this guy's got a short fuse. And anybody that's going to come up against him is going to be shot down. And that is really bad.
Yeah, he reminds me of me sometimes. I got a real short fuse, too.
I don't want you as president.
And here's the thing, I don't want to be president, because if you're president, you basically, or you're running to be president, you basically have one foot in with the Illuminati. So, I mean, you don't trust these people. These people aren't going to free you, folks. If anything, I mean, they talk about feeling the burn. You should go feel the Johnson. How's that? I mean...
Okay, but what do you mean by the Illuminati? The Fourth Reich?
Exactly. The Nazis. Yeah, we break it down. We don't sugarcoat it. We don't gatekeep. I'm not going to tell you it's the globalists and the... Even though the Rothschilds do have something to do with it, I'm not going to tell you they're Jewish. I mean, they're freaking Germans,
Rockefellers.
I mean, I'm gonna bitch slap you with the truth. That's what I'm going to do.
You know who messed up those Bundys? Let me tell you what's happening.
Well, isn't that an Illuminati bloodline too? But all you stupid, just idiots on Fox News just believe anything they tell you, right? Freaking dumbasses.
Yeah, they're totally,
these are the same morons that believe that David Bowie faked his death, or didn't fake his death, that he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bruce. So, Bowie.
Yeah, get into that.
Bowie is the child of franchise. He is...
Of Shysta? What?
Yeah, he's
What is he, Bono's kid? He's just... I didn't know they stacked shit that high. Anyway, go ahead.
No, he was a German Nazi aircraft fighter.
Yeah, right. I know.
Right? So franchise. You can look him up. He's a definite child of him, And it's the MO of these artists to fake their death. I mean, it's just The only reason
he's probably in Bahrain sipping on a freaking Mai Tai. I don't know.
He has this like house somewhere. I saw it years ago in like
Well,
Vogue or
the last picture he took. He took. He's laughing his ass off, and even Ozzy Osbourne, the Ozman himself, who probably freaking snorted a cocaine line of red fire ants, will tell you that he was freaked out that this guy was just dead. He was like out of nowhere.
Let me tell you,
this Aleister Crowley worshiping freaking
69-year-old
Black Star. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's so much esoteric.
69-year-old man
telling you all sorts of crap. This guy did.
Getting cancer is not possible. Okay, 69 years old. It's possible, but he's going to be cured, especially a man of that magnitude and wealth. And you know, it's a universal music ploy. I mean, this is what they do to monetize, to make money. If David Bowie released an album, and he already released it, they weren't making money. They were like, "Oh, we got to think of something quick."
He was laughing his ass off in that picture at the public.
He knew that
he was laughing in his face. He's like, "Aha! I got you, motherfuckers!"
Yeah, anybody who believes it, and you know, the guy. You don't understand how easy. There's a fake name to begin with. It's so easy for these guys to fake their death.
Even the Rothschilds had a death hoax going on. I mean, who knows how many of these celebrities that are dropping off. I mean, I'm not saying people don't die, folks. I mean, what they got, the Fountain of Youth or whatever? I don't know. But do they? I don't know. I mean, Satan is the president of Hollywood for all we know, so he's probably giving them freaking HGH here and there. He did this thing. I mean, you see the freaking punchy ass
George
Stallone
is still alive.
Around.
Yeah. Carter's still around. I mean, these guys are still around.
Yeah, they're like decrepit freaking old farts, and they're still around.
David Bowie, you know, has a big, gorgeous house with you know, beautiful house on the water, and I forgot where it is. I think it's in the South Pacific, where nobody knows where he is, and nobody cares, and nobody can find him, and nobody like you or I, and at the same time, he's got to substantiate his own existence, and that's why he released another album, and I believe that he'll just get the royalties, and that's what it's about. It's about getting paid and promotion, and that was the only way anybody was going to pay attention to somebody like David Bowie these days.
This guy was talking about reptilians. I mean, this is like some velvet gold mine, like fruit boy, freaking glam rock guy that, you know...
Velvet Goldmine, you said, was like, it was also a fake death.
It follows the same script.
It's the same script you said. It was Velvet Goldmine script where he faked his death and da-da-da-da-da-da. And anyway, his brother, David Bowie's brother, had a website up that already was 2 days before his death that said he died.
Exactly. That's the bombshell right there.
That's the bombshell.
You just dropped a bomb on me.
That like proves it's a fucking hoax.
You got it, folks. It proves it's a hoax, folks. It's a hoax. And let's talk about... El Chapos. I'm happy to talk about another Mexican in the media right now, El Chapos. Again, it's not the type of Mexican you want to talk about, folks. Not your role model Mexican like myself. I mean, I'm not Mexican. You know, that's the thing. I don't want to say I'm Mexican because I like to say I'm American.
You are American.
Because I was born in Guadalajara. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Los Angeles, but a lot of racist bigots out there think Los Angeles is just as well off as Guadalajara it is. Like Tijuana or something, so that's why you get the bad rap, you know. But whatever. Now I'm Bruce NY. I like that.
I wish you were from Guadalajara because they have the most beautiful sterling there. Oh my god, I love you guys' designs.
There are a bunch of fascist freaking socialist clowns over there. You can't even go get a freaking handmade tortillas without having some freaking vato with a AK-47 pointing at you and shit in some shitty freaking car driving by. It's terrible. But anyway, this guy El Chapos with his friend Spicoli. What was that guy?
Spicoli?
Spicoli.
Oh, that's a joke.
It is a joke because you got this fool Sean Penn, his name was Spicoli on Fast Times at Ridgemont High, who is working for the CIA, and he's stoned just like Obama. You know what I mean? Going on eyeball news, basically glorifying CIA-trained cartels. And this cartwheeling clown, El Baboso or El Chapo, freaking Super Mario. I mean, it's like going through tunnels. They're making fun of these guys like with Super Mario, making fun of ISIS with Super Mario. It's just staged fake news. I mean, El Baboso was wearing a fucking blouse. You see that? Giving him a Masonic handshake.
Yeah. He's a player. He's not even a drug dealer. That guy is a freaking actor.
Okay, Sean Penn is a member of FAG, too. Freaking Film Actors Guild. He's just a fag working for the CIA.
Okay, these guys are actors. El Chapo is related. He's a Latino Mexican bloodline that's coming out of the Brando, which is coming out of Herman Michael's family.
This
somehow.
is coming from a visual artist that's got work in the Whitney, folks.
Yeah, but not just the Whitney. I mean, whatever. I have an
expert. You always
expert.
say that, not just. I like that.
I
like that museum. I choose to say that museum exclusively because I like it.
Yeah.
They give free booze. It's great. And they got good art on the wall.
Right.
I like it. It's a classy joint, especially the near one.
Take you to more museums.
I like that museum.
Okay.
But anyway.
But that's Brando's. It's a Brando line. It's a Herman Michael line. The El Chapo comes from the doorknob. What's the word for doorknob?
Chapa.
Chapa. Yeah.
Right.
Right. And they used to close the doors on the jewels and the ovens, and that was the joke. So, yeah, the guy's just a player. He's an actor. And that's what we're looking at today. News that is completely false.
That's right, and that's going on because they repealed the Smith-Mundt Act, folks. And let me tell you something, Sean Penn. You want to see my journalism badge? You freaking fake tough guy, you fanuke. All right, Sean Penn, my journalism badge is right over these 4 knuckles, you freaking stoned-ass Pac-Man. You know what? You should just stay in L.A. banging Maria Conchita Alonso, but you probably didn't bang her. You had a stunt cock going there because you're a freaking member of FAG.
Like Sammy J. Oh my God, we saw a movie last night. We almost freaked out. First of all, Quentin Tarantino. I mean, we were like halfway through this movie, and we thought we were going to shut it off because it was so dead. You're
really going to go to the spoiler now? Go ahead. Go ahead, folks.
Yeah.
Drop the Hateful Eight sucked,
you were
by the way.
talking about the FAG from Team America.
Okay, yeah, he was in it too.
And he was in it too.
Okay,
so
great transition.
It made me connect.
Go right in.
Yeah. So, Sammy, we really couldn't get through this movie, and then we're just like, no, we love Quentin Tarantino. Let's just sit through it. Let's
Not anymore. That little squirrely bastard's for gun control. I don't like you, Tarantino,
That's
you squirrely bastard. Look, Reservoir Dogs, brilliant masterpiece.
They're killing each other.
You yourself are a piece of shit, slime, scum, filth, if you think you're going to disarm anyone, you stupid racist freaking bastard. Oh, he said he's racist. Oh, he's racist.
He wouldn't shut up with that nigga shit.
You know how many times
he called a black man nigger, and he was like, that nigger.
No, but if anybody deserves it, it's Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, what? George Lucas had him in pink. You want to talk about putting out Pretty in Pink again? You put out for George Lucas and Samuel L. Jackson,
that's
right
different.
there.
That's like calling somebody a house nigga. That's different.
Nikes.
I mean, anyway, but it was really racist. Anyway, it was very, for me, I was like, getting like squirmy and shit every time I heard these crackers called black man nigger and the freaking Mexican, and they go, the Mexican. Oh, and then they had the token Jew too.
They totally blew the Mexican's head off. By the way, Samuel L. Jackson did. But anyway, drop the mega spoiler.
Okay.
That confirms that
from
all the rumors about George Lucas having the purple lightsaber and being a gay Windu in Star Wars, it confirms why and how and who and what. I mean, what did he do in Hateful Eight?
That was ridiculous. I mean, first of all, this beginning of it, we knew something gay was going on. They kept emphasized. First they emphasized in out,
and wagon wheel,
and then they said wagon wheel.
And they keep beating the crap out of a woman for no reason.
I said, this, and a bunch of guys like Brokeback Mountain, like Oregon,
Oregon, yeah, like ordering dildos, like all those fucking fruits over there in Oregon.
Bunch of cowboys hanging out in a cabin.
Yeah, just a bunch of cowboys eating pudding out in the middle of nowhere.
Ordering dildos and
Anyway, go to the mega spoiler. You got people just on the edge of their seat.
No, I mean...
What the hell is the scene, the gayest scene that
I've
Samuel
ever seen
L.
in my
has
life
ever done?
In Hollywood. It was the gayest scene. I mean, it was Sammy there. Having this guy who was like supposed to be, this general's racist cracker's son. He's like getting revenge, which was like fun to see, on the white man. And he's like walking totally butt naked through the snow, tortured Opus Dei style. And then he has him like wanting a blanket so bad that he has him suck his cock. And I was like, and he sits there and he's like laughing.
All right, now let me tell
screaming.
you something. Quentin Tarantino stole that scene from basically Star Wars. It looked like a snowy Tatooine, and then it was also like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly when Eli Wallach is torturing Clint Eastwood through the desert. But that whole thing with the sucking of the freaking phallus. I mean, Jesus, Mother Teresa, and freaking Holy Mithra. That was the gayest scene in Hollywood history. And congratulations, Samuel L. You get it, man.
Yeah, and he had his little Mason gloves on.
I don't think you're gonna have that wallet anymore. That bad motherfucker wallet. I think you should just freaking mail that to the Bruce Montalvo show in New York and La Fangu, you freaking Fanoy.
Wow, he was like...
That movie sucked. It took forever for it to get freaking...
bloody and interesting, and even
it sucked.
It really, yeah, it was... But, I mean, Quentin Tarantino did make kind of Hollywood history there as well.
He's a squirrely bastard.
So obnoxious. And, Sammy just loved it. He was so proud of having his dick sucked. He was more gay than the guy from Velvet Goldmine.
He was laughing his ass off.
He was more gay than Flea, kissing... I mean, I have nothing against gay people. It's got nothing. I love gay people. I have tons of gay friends. It's just funny. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but
the fact is that it's kind of like shocking because in terms of the history of film, I think kind of film should. I mean, unless it's pornography, it really shouldn't be depicting sex that way. I don't mean to.
And if you're really against something, folks, you better know how to pronounce it. Pornography. That's right. You know who that goes out to, you. Freaking bastard here. Anyway, speaking of Queens.
I mean, I wouldn't want your...
Speaking of Queens,
okay.
Let's talk about the Queen. The reptilian Queen. Hillary's freaking cousin.
My little cousin?
Please, stop. Hillary's cousin, who wants to take America back if Trump gets elected. What are your thoughts on that, Hillary's cousin? I mean, Jesus Christ, folks, see what
I think she's making a joke. I think the Queen is actually
Jesus Mithra
trying to be funny. I think she's making a joke.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus more than the society of Jesus.
Can't Queen Elizabeth make a joke?
Who was taking over the White House.
Why can't what she says be funny? I think she was making a joke. I think she was literally attempting a joke. So I don't believe she was being serious. And
yeah, they show her with like a 9 and a silencer and like chola glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a joke. So, I mean, this is not going to happen, and more proof that Trump is not going to be...
all these morons, they focus on the left, they focus on the right, they focus on Trump's numbers are up right now, and Hillary's are down, and blah, 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 blah. I thought I was in the alternative media, and we had to promote libertarianism.
Aaron
values.
Russo, my cousin Aaron.
That's right, your cousin Aaron ran for the Libertarians, and now the Johnson is back. People want to feel the burn. I mean, in spirit of the Hateful Eight, you should feel the Johnson, folks. Literally. You got this fat-ass Krispy Kreme donuts talking about he hates marijuana. I mean, look at how fat do you have to get? I mean, you have no self-control, Chris Crispy. Why don't you back off, you authoritarian trash?
But we know that Chris, the only reason why Chris got that way is because he's getting the freaking Ozies and freaking smoking it and getting the munchies. That's what happened to Chris Crispy. He be getting all the DL freaking marijuana money. And let me tell you, the first state and the first state so far in the East Coast has been New Jersey to legalize it medically. So, therefore, Chris Crispy is talking out of his colon.
Now, let me tell you something, Ja. Hopefully, there are no more Republican GOP reality TV. I mean, hopefully there are no more of that. Because, I mean, these stupid Americans are twiddling their thumbs.
And Ted
just
Cruz?
watching the debate.
Oh, my God.
And Ted Cruz, let me tell you something about that Ted Cruz, who sounds like the girl from the Allstate commercials. Listen, you freaking Canadian freaking flap-headed, flapjack, freaking Canadian bacon-eating bastard. If you don't like New York values, why don't you take your ass back to Canada, you freaking goddamn trash can head bastard.
He looks like such a goon. He's
with
like
your goddamn master of the second veal freaking hand sign. You Jesuit trash, you.
For me, he'd be like the epitome of a good politician, like a good actor of a politician in a movie. Like, he doesn't seem real. When I look at him, he looks like Disney, like a film actor. Like, I am a politician.
But speaking of Disney, wasn't that Kurt Russell was in that Hateful Eight, too,
yeah, why don't you talk about that whole Kurt Russell, who I personally trace to a grandchild or a great-grandchild of Walt Disney. He's in the Walt Disney bloodline. Right. And there he is.
A bunch of freaking Nazi Jew haters. Well, let me tell you something. That Ted Cruz, I mean, how could you take this this stupid ass seriously. They want to throw out all these boxing analogies like they know something. Oh, they're sparring and they're going head to head, toe to toe. You know what I mean? Ted Cruz, didn't your hoe work for Goldman Sachs? Why don't you take you and your little monkey circus back to Canada and go F yourself if you don't love America, you stupid bastard?
New York is like the international capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? It really is like the world's capital. It is. So that's why they hit New York first with 9/11. The Nazis like, oh, we can take over New York.
Look,
we can take it over anywhere.
The whole symbolism behind the Twin Towers, 11 is a Kabbalistic number. So then you have the thesis and the antithesis, which was those two towers and one solution, which is basically the problem, reaction, the solution, and one tower in the end. So there you have it. And I can get into the 9/11 numerology, folks, but the truth of the matter is it just leads to a place that is plain satanic.
Oh,
and that is what the ruling elite consists of, just these luciferic, satanic, psychopathic oligarchs.
Yeah, we caught another movie called like The Last Witch Hunter. Right, with Van Diesel. And they also had the Twin Tower symbolism at the end.
It was there, and what frightened me the most was the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. It was built. They're saying it was built under a cemetery or ancient burial ground, and all these demons just fly out of it. So I mean, Vin Diesel's another one of those fag members, but you know, it was a good movie.
But I love my gay fans, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, it's just funny how
I'm talking about Team America.
I just don't understand why, like I mean, I do understand because it's like thespians are generally gay. It's like a very kind of like I was in the art. I went to art schools and in music, who's going to choir? Like a lot of gay guys.
Let me tell you something else. Ted Cruz. I mean, you have Ted Cruz going up against Trump. Speaking of gay guys, I mean, Trump. Seriously, both they're probably doing the rump. Doesn't Trump have a history of funding Democrats? He's also said that the economy is better under Democrats. So seriously, it's just a dog and pony show. If you ask me, it's just a bunch of retards. It's Trump versus Cruz and Trump versus Cosby, and then you have this little bitch Rand Paul who's flipping the bird at Disney and ABC because they kicked him out of the debate. He says he wants to be president, which is a joke. If that guy was president, he'd kidnap America just like he kidnapped that woman. And you got him Heiling Hitler in Masonic lodges with friggin' Baphomet heads on them. Did you see that picture? Didn't I show you that?
Ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Pauls. I find that their policies, as brilliant as people may think that they are, if anybody could see the light at the end of their tunnel, it means more enslavement, more separation. You said
it's going to end up looking like Brazil.
It'll look like impoverished Brazil with kids running everywhere, just barefoot robbing you, and you need like 50-foot gates with
no, but seriously, Ja, the GOP's acting like they're fighting on HBO After Dark. I mean, you got GOP acting like they're boxers. They're using words like undercard and sparring. I think these dumbasses just saw that new Creed movie too many times.
Yeah. What about it? Why don't you talk about your star leading role, your comeback?
I'm coming back. I fought my toughest opponent. I fought cancer. You know what I'm saying? I traded blows with cancer, and meanwhile, Apollo, during the sun.
Yeah, so why don't you talk about, how the NSA spies on us so much that when we actually saw the Rosado fight...
Oh, exactly.
You came back and you told me, described a certain move that would have knocked Rosado out when we saw him at Barclays. So...
Yeah, we saw the fight between David Lemieux and Gabriel Rosado. And Rosado was in that film. And they used a move on him, which is basically like a 45-degree angle left hook. And I'm always talking to you about that. Like, hey, that move's great, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
It was a bad move. You should have done this to take him out.
Yeah, when I'm seeing talking boxing or whatever, when I'm watching it on HBO, whatever. But, yeah, you got Sylvester Stallone now endorsing Trump. And you got me officially endorsing Trump the other day with my endorsing fascism. Basically, with my sweater.
Yes, but But you were talking about the move that you actually were using, that you would take down Rosado. What is that move that they mentioned?
I just described it,
what was it
as
called?
a shovel hook, a shovel left
45
hook.
degree.
I mentioned it.
Okay. So then they actually said that same thing in the movie.
Well, he didn't say 45-degree angle.
He
but
showed him the same move.
Anyway,
that was the move that took
the
down
GOP.
Rosado.
Exactly. The GOP, they listen to you, they listen to me, and you got Obama and, I mean, Rocky, who is basically a version of freaking Obama, pretty much. What are these guys? They're all just a bunch of just dumbasses. The Democrats. You know, and now he's coming out that he supports Trump. It's a joke. They're all just Democrats, folks. And the GOP literally is retarded now.
It's just a reality TV, and it's just trying to entertain the masses. I think it's interesting how many people are paying attention to the GOPs, but it's very pathetic because I think, you know, like 15 years ago, if you were to watch GOPs, they would have been so boring, but so much filled with intellectual information and real debatable issues. These issues are like
Look,
Honey
Christie wants a flat tax. He should have a fat tax, pretty much, folks. He should have a fat tax. This anti-cannabis fat bastard who wants to talk to you about, self-control. I mean, you know what? You're supposed to decriminalize marijuana, folks. Authoritarians like Ted Cruz and all of them, they're all just a bunch of authoritarians, all of them. They're a dime a dozen. I hate saying the freaking names. I'd rather say Bruce Montalvo 1,000 times. Go to the Bruce Montalvo show or go to Antique Obsessions, right? Why don't you tell them where to go? Promote something of value, because these politicians, the policy ticks, they're just bloodsuckers.
Yeah, they're just actors. Anyway, we're not actors. We're artists. And we're musicians also. But we also have a store. And it's called Antique Obsessions. We make beautiful jewelry. We have 2 stores. One has more sterling, but we repurpose antiques and we create gorgeous items with them. You know, so you'll have unique, one-of-a-kind, handmade items from us if you go to Etsy. That's ETSY.com. Then you go /shop, Antique Obsessions. Or you could probably just type in Antique Obsessions is one word together in Etsy.com. You'll get to us. Or the other store is Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture. That's one word, conceptual subculture. And we have really awesome copper jewelry, orgonite healing stones. There's just amazing kind of Navajo little things that we make, and just earrings and rustic, brutalist, very Burning Man kind of stuff.
They're like awesome. Ancient antiquities right out of ancient Egypt,
yeah,
folks.
And there's a 50 off sale
or
right
the Renaissance era, the Victorian era. I mean, just beautiful jewelry, folks. You go to exactly where Jaja told you, Etsy.
Yeah, and you should check out reviews over at Antique Obsessions. We just got some really nice reviews from one of our customers. She said that she wears only our jewelry. She's purchased 5 bracelets, and she gets compliments every single time, and she feels like she's wearing a work of art and a piece of our soul.
Oh, well, I don't want to give you all that. All I want to give them is some jewelry, folks. But let's continue with this GOP debate. We just had to do some selfish self-promotion from us, folks, because,
That's what we do 90% of the time.
Look,
we're working.
They're not as selfish as these bastards in the GOP, like Marco Rubio with his little pointy boots. I mean, really, you squeaky bastard, you want to take over the presidency? I mean, you'll take us to war with Russia, right? You'll invade Georgia, right? I mean, come on, man. I mean, this guy's just got just a bunch of hookers and cocaine on the mind, just like all the Powerball Lotto freaking idiots, right? What do you think of that? They're walking around saying that this is the Great Recession. You got fearmongers all over just the radio talking about it. It's the economic collapse, blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, I mean, how much was the Powerball? I mean, it just proves the oligarchs make at least 50% cut. They take a 50% cut out of that. So they're just just licking their chops, waiting for the raffle, like the freaking the oligarchical New World Order bingo hall, folks. That's what it is. It's freaking lotto.
Yeah, well, Bruce, I looked at one of the winners, and she looked exactly like one of Hitler's doctors, Theodore Morel. She looked like the whole school of them, exactly. So, and she's fat. It was fat as a house, just like him, Theodore Morel, right, or Morel, all right. And that was the odor. And she looked just. I mean, why wouldn't they just give it to their low life freaking white trash Lebensborn, that just came like toothless and stuff like that just happens to be of their bloodline. No, give it to them, You know what I'm saying? Like they're part of the club. It's freaking rigged. Even Clyde was saying it was rigged. Clyde was saying it was all rigged. He was going on for hours about how it must be a hoax, and they must be giving out different numbers from different states, and the same fake. What is it? The losing numbers. He said the losing numbers are already predicted, and there can be duplicated, and there's no justice with that. I mean, it's a freaking game, and you want to add money to that? Go ahead, give.
Like the Jesuits that are using Islam to take over the White House are laughing at you all because they're engineering another Great Depression as well. I mean, they're working on keeping you poor while they stay richer. Doesn't mean the country's going to go to hell. I mean, you live with they live. You live with the aliens, folks. The freaking scum, the filth, the trash. That's where the New World Order is. They live right next to you now.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid of them because
are they really going to just collapse it all on themselves? That's what I'm saying.
No. And that's what I really want to stress.
They want you to stay poor while they remain rich. But they're not going to collapse their environment altogether. They'll collapse your environment.
Yeah. They'll collapse different environments. They will. Listen to me. And this has got to be clear. Because what's happening now, what I saw the other day was so gut-wrenching that I didn't have a word. I almost was speechless. The video I saw was of what Syria looks like today.
My drone footage of what those CIA provocateur freaking paramilitary we call ISIS is doing out there. It's just Al-Qaeda with another name.
Look, Syria's gone. It looks like
U.S. funded.
It completely looks demolished. And just looking at that buildings in and out, to knowing how many people's lives were pushed out, and they left, like they had to go, and all their possessions. I had one of my friends was in Aleppo.
Looks like a toilet over there now. Damascus looks like a broken porcelain toilet.
Yeah, and these fucking people on this news, they have the nerve to say that Islams are the terrorists and they're the ones that are terrorizing and bombing us. Do you see what we did to them?
and that's exactly all they're saying on the news is Islam, homeland, Islam. I mean, it's what. Look, who wrote the Quran, folks? It was the Jesuits. That's why the name of this show is Jesuits Using Islam to Take Over the White House, because that's exactly what they're doing, and that's exactly what every one of these GOP idiots is saying. They go, Islam, terror. Islam.
Talk about terror.
And every time they say terror, they're invoking deity, an ancient demonic deity named Terra or whatever. I mean, it's got to be demonic, man. I mean, any deity that they freaking chant to has got to be demonic. But you'll only get that from El Chingon de Todos los Chingones, and that's me, folks. Bruce Montalvo. Montalvo's show.
Sephardic. It's all deep in you to dig.
And anyway, let's get to our next topic, folks. In the Middle East, Iran taking American hostages at sea, folks. Another hoax, folks. Basically, what they said, they had them on their knees. I certainly hope they didn't have them like Samuel L. Jackson had that one guy in The Hateful Eight.
That's right.
Is that how they had all these guys
all five
from the American freaking boat that got seized in Iranian waters? I mean, what the hell happened there?
Those guys were Lebanese, and they did not look American at all, and they were... And which makes sense because Hezbollah works with the headquarters are out of Iran, so they were just playing games. It's just propaganda. People are just going to be terrorized by the propaganda. You know, and just like Goebbels said, if you repeat the lie often enough, people will believe it. And it's just unbelievable how people forget. And they just listen and they still nervous. People just go on with your lives. Don't worry about the stock market. Okay, you're up in that crap, then you just worry about whatever you're going to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean everybody else, the whole country is about in major collapse. In fact, the fact that we have the Syrians here, people are just stopping to look at the positive sides of bringing in more Syrians or more people. It just means more progress. And people doesn't mean depleting our supply, whatever we have. It means that we can progress. You don't.
How was America built? It was built during the Industrial Revolution, and I don't care what these bigots out there in the radio say that. Oh yeah, those were Europeans. Yeah, that is a Nazi, neo-Nazi think tank telling you that. What it is, it's if people are working, folks, and contributing to the economy, there's going to be a positive effect. I mean, whether he's at McDonald's or on the side of the road with oranges and flowers, currency, the middleman is being exchanged. The economy will continue.
Right.
But the thing is, you have the stocks. I mean, they're based off the petrodollar. So that's why we want to take over all these countries like Libya and go in there and put them on the petrodollar. Oh, don't you dare think you're going to switch to gold dinar. So now, Gaddafi, it's time for you to just move to Costa Rica. And Saddam, you move to Bahrain, and we're going to take over your freaking country. They just kill the freaking stunt double.
Yeah. I mean, they'll just grab their...
It's all based off the petrodollar. I mean, the prices, Wall Street is going off the oil prices. They want to go up when the oil's up. They want to go down when the oil's down. That's what the bloodline of the American hegemony is, the oil, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yep. But we're trying to get... I mean, I heard Obama talk on that this week. In fact, he was trying to say that might even be antiquated soon. I mean, we have hoverboards. We have... other ways.
Well, you have Putin, and you have the Chinese connection over there with the Siberian pipeline, and that is definitely competing with the American markets, and that is why, I mean, you know, is it really competition? I thought these oligarchs thought competition was a sin, but at the same time, it plays out. They play it out, and then they just figure out how to fix it in the end. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's they start a crisis and then they have a solution for it.
Exactly.
But what really upsets me is looking at of what Damascus looks like, and I think that
don't get too
upset.
that America. You're too pretty to get upset.
Listen, Bruce, because they end up like putting a value on people's lives, and that becomes a commodity as well. So wherever people get, I mean, look, I'm not for immigration, like absorbing, but I am too, because at the same time, like, what do you do with those people once we've destroyed them? You know what I'm saying? We personally destroyed their homes. So why doesn't Americans just shut the fuck up then?
And let me tell you something else.
You just fucking destroyed their home.
You tell that to the GOP. Why don't you tell them to shut the fuck up? And you know what? They won't. They'll keep on the freaking dumbass Jersey Shore fat-ass Chris Crispy style freaking GOP debates. And let me tell you something, what you won't hear. What you won't hear are names of organizations that you should abolish. I mean, they go up there and they don't talk about how you really want to fix America. You want to really fix America, you get rid of the Federal Reserve, you get rid of the IRS, and you vote for Gary Johnson, not a freaking Chris Crispy, who is going to put you in jail if you have a gram of some freaking OG Kush. I mean, Chris Crispy, you oversized fat bastard. You need to shut the fuck up.
We're never gonna get rid of the IRS and the Federal Reserve. Okay, so why don't we just?
Of course not. Those are the shackles that the Queen of England has on America. I know that. But you know what? At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, I am just one man. And let me tell you something, one man can make a difference. I think Adam Weishaupt said that once. Oh, wait, no, that was George Washington.
Yeah, but he got killed.
Aren't they the same guy?
Yeah, but one got killed and the other got replaced.
The Simpsons told me that. And you know what else? Weren't we watching The Simpsons? We go from Syria, and the Simpsons predicted Syria also.
That's right.
They predicted Trump's running for presidency. I mean, we're watching the new Simpsons today, and they got Nazis getting fired from the Museum of Tolerance, and then they got Homer getting drones to deliver him a Duff beer, and you have Mr. Burns's iPad, and he smashes it, and a spider that's shaped like an NSA little spider crawls out of it. It's freaking ridiculous. The Simpsons are, again, with the predictive programming, we expose that on here, folks. And
how do they all know this? They're all like
the Simpsons
Masons?
are known for this. They exposed 9/11 as well with Homer versus the state of New York.
But they're not really, they're exposing it, but what is this? Predictive programming. So you're saying is that these guys have they know what's going to happen because they're part of the plan.
Fox has been known. Come on, it's Fox. What did Trump say about Fox? They believe anything? They're putting subliminal messages into the retarded sheeple's brains.
Right, but who is the one that's who's the one that's going around going, okay,
wouldn't
put
you
this
like
in
them
there.
Now?
Or would you, right. We'll put this in over here.
Is the president of Hollywood who runs Viacom, folks.
You mean Lucifer?
Yeah, the underpants gnomes in Oregon who don't know a solution of what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
It's they're going to seize a federal building and then question marks and then profit. Meanwhile, they're costing the taxpayers thousands of dollars every day that they're there and ordering dildos.
Do they really order dildos in Oregon? That's like straight up bona fide fact.
Let me tell you something. Those Oregon provocateurs out there should just die of dysentery. Just like in the Oregon Trail computer game.
Okay, so the answer is yes or no. Did they really order?
Apparently some reporter went out there and said they had boxes of them out there.
Boxes?
Yeah.
What color?
Oh, come on, man. Who am I, Samuel L. Jackson? Jesus, Mithra. Look, these Oregon provocateurs are like the underpants gnomes. I said it, okay? They just want to seize land, question marks, and profit. So, you know what? Any of you bastards approach me like you're hardened motherfucker, I'm going to bank you. That's what's going to happen. Because most of them out there, like the spokesperson, that retard, that bald idiot that needs Rogaine really bad and shouldn't wear hats anymore because the rest of his hair is going to fall out. I mean, that guy ain't even worth a food stamp.
Everybody's like,
didn't his wife leave him?
His wife. Listen, that guy.
That guy comes around me, I'm going to put a freaking fist right through his goddamn face like if my name was freaking goddamn Hulk Hogan.
Bruce is talking about an FBI informant that's
right.
Posing as a newscaster.
No, they're hanging out with Blackwater out there. They're hanging out with the CIA out there. And the CIA has recruited, like you said, actively recruited broadcasters. I mean, over 5,000 of them. And they put those guys out there. Yes. And unfortunately, they put them in the alternative media as well to honeypot people with these alternative media-like radio stations.
Yeah.
And, one guy knows one guy. We all know each other in the alternative media, folks. And I'm telling you with a straight face, the people in Oregon are just flat-out scum. And you Oregonians out there, you better strap yourselves up because they think you're a bunch of pussies. That's why they went there to try to take you over.
Yeah, they want to squat.
Strap yourselves up. They want to steal your land. They want to seize your land. That's what it is. They're just the underpants gnomes. This ain't no Liberty freaking crew. This is, Bundy, folks. Look at the Illuminati bloodlines. Bundy's one of them. Shut the fuck up, all you idiots that think these people are
millions,
patriots.
And those people, each one of them, have millions. So they're lying, and they're just looking to take over federally.
It's a bunch of freaking.
They're Nazis. They're neo-Nazis.
Neo-Nazis ordering dildos.
Ordering dildos, want to have like a commune. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. They want to just take over American property without purchasing it. That's what they want to do. They don't want to pay their taxes, and they would want to own it. And that sounds pretty freaking fascist to me.
And again,
I don't want those people.
And they're costing the taxpayers
$60,000 a day.
Thousands of dollars. And only neocons who spit coleslaw while they talk would endorse these Blackwater CIA pigs. And that's something you didn't hear at the GOP debate. Is organizations that should be abolished. I said IRS, I said Federal Reserve, and next is you, CIA, for putting out these pig fuckers out there to harass and just harass and just psyop the citizenry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I should run for freaking president.
Yeah.
Because those are things I would do. Hopefully, Gary Johnson can take care of it.
What really bothers me
Hopefully,
is that
Gary Johnson can take care of it, and I don't have to run for president.
You know what I don't like?
I could keep doing the Bruce Montalvo show.
You know what I find the most draconian law in a long time? The one about you owing taxes and then keeping you in the country.
Absolutely.
That's scary.
That proves the Nazification of this country.
That's fucking scary, folks. And you guys should, see that as something that you might want to try to repeal.
Just a complete evisceration of your civil liberties. It leaves me befuddled, folks, how just we're telling you the truth and we just continue day by day just playing the oligarch's game.
I mean, these people have a debt. They already claim you on your Social Security, your 50, whatever.
They put you on the stock market.
Right. They put you on the stock market. Then you end up owing them because, whatever, you didn't have good guidance or somehow you just were like an idiot and you overspent like everybody else because you listened to the ads that they're feeding you. And then you're down under. And while we're allowing other people in this country with no money, giving them free money, you're saying that American citizens are now trapped? They can't go out? You're saying that we're allowing people who are penniless and probably in debt from their own countries.
What's next? They're going to throw you in a gulag?
Now
What's
we can't
next?
leave if somebody else owed money. Why the fuck not? Okay? You know what I'm saying? Why can't they? Or they're going to trap them and put them in a detention camp. Who's running those detention camps? Nazis. What they got in them? Gas, slow kill, soft kill stuff, to kill you because you didn't pay them. You know what I'm saying? We're living in really bizarre times, okay? Really bizarre times. People have to be gotta cross their T's and dot their fucking I's, motherfuckers, because these guys are sneaky, and you gotta just do the best you can, and, don't let them fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But don't be stupid and freaking take out 10 credit cards and start maxing the fuck out of them, because this is a different time. Obviously, they don't even let you out of the country if you owe your bank money or something now. This is fucked up. I don't have credit cards. I don't put myself in those positions. You know what I'm saying? I don't own anything. I'm a monster. You know what I'm saying? I'm a non-property owner. The only thing I own is myself. And that's hard enough to keep up these days.
Exactly, folks. And these guys in the GOP, they're just nothing but WWF wrestlers. I mean, you got basically Donald Trump clotheslining Hillary Clinton. That's what it is. That's what they're riling up all the idiots in Fox that watch Fox News. And here's the actual quote from Donald Trump. "If I were to run, I'd run as a Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. They love anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific." 1998, People magazine.
Wow. Oh, I got some other news.
It just proves how stupid everyone that listens to Fox News is.
Well, it was already in the cards. It was in the Illuminati cards, practically. But, I had some other bombshell news that I discovered. I don't know why we were looking at Mark Zuckerberg, but Mark, I'm like, I don't know what made me look at him or think about him, but I took a look at his face, and
the fact he's spying on everybody in the country, Fuckerberg. Yeah, go on.
Fake
continue.
Jew. It bothers
Working
me.
with the CIA and Facebook. Exactly. That's another reason you want to expose bastards like this.
Right.
But go on.
He's not an ordinary citizen that came out of nowhere. This guy was given the key to your back door because he is monarchy.
Yeah, just like Samuel L. Jackson getting the key to George Lucas's back door, right?
Yeah. Exactly. But no, it's more like Sari Ferguson and Prince Andrew's child. And why if he was born, you got to think of it this way, people. If Mark was born in England and was bred up with the British and the formality, the kid wouldn't get anywhere. All right, he wouldn't be able to excel and be powerful. He was already in a given set structure of confines. You understand? Like that, he's going to have to go through that template, wear those clothes, go to those parties, go to those, whatever.
Yeah, he's just a freaking Mason. Anybody that saw the Facebook movie knows it. I mean, they had all these skull and bones type little rituals going on, and this guy, he basically inherited, what do you call it, fuck book first when he was in college. Just, hey, would you bang this chick? Would you bang this chick? That's what it was. That's what Facebook used to be.
Yes,
and you click like if you want to do the chick.
That's right. And guess what? if you think about it, Bill Clinton was hanging out with Prince Andrew and Epstein, and Woody Allen with that sex scandal with them young kids, right, the young 16-year-old girls, and Prince Andrew was running around, in the islands. So that is Zuckerberg's father, is Prince Andrew. All you have to do is put their faces together. You will see the red hair from Sarah. You will see the same exact Adam's apple, cheekbones, teeth. The teeth are identical to Prince Andrew's. You'll see the long teeth, the pointed fangs, and then there's even a space between one fang.
And again, folks, this isn't celebritypoplookalike.com. This is coming from one of the best facial analysts. I mean, we don't even need the freaking FBI facial recognition, folks. I mean, Jaja is probably worth Jaja's eyes are worth like $8 billion. Her eyes are the best.
Yeah, no.
Her ears are the best. Her lips are the best. Jaja is the best.
Oh, don't start, Bruce. Don't start right now. Okay, we're almost over. Okay, we got 30 seconds left. Okay, just hold it.
Yeah.
But we're dealing with the monarch, and that's who you open your back door to, and that's why he's so powerful and owns so much, is because he can.
Exactly. And that was a Nacho Libre reference I did right there. Nacho Libre. Hey, I wear my luchador mask, folks, so, that's what we do. El más chingón de todos los chingones. And, folks, thank you for tuning in. Again, if you want to tune in to us every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, be sure to check us out on your Android, on your iPad, on your iPhone. And be sure to go to Spreaker.com on the live shows. We're at the very top, folks. And be sure to go to TalkStreamLive.com. Again, the best in topic-driven talk radio. That's TalkStreamLive.com. And if you want to own what Bond owns, be sure to go to eSpyMall.com and use coupon code BruceNY. I mean, just so proud to have them on my team once again, helping out the Bruce Montalvo show.
Right? Okay, guys. So, it was mad cool, and we definitely brought it back, you know what I'm saying? Like, we chopped it up, we diced it up.
Like I said earlier, the hardest truth from two of the hardest mofos in the alternative media. This is Bruce and Jaja signing out from the epicenter of cool, Brooklyn, New York. Thank you for listening, folks.
All right, peace.
And one, and two.
Hey, you want to grab breakfast after this? Oh yeah, this exercise is exhausting. Cool, where to?
Get it, girls!
Quick Trip. They've got exactly what we need. Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, bacon, egg, and cheese burritos, breakfast pizzas. They're all excellent and totally economical. Are you egging me on? Come on, quit being so extra.
When it's time for breakfast, it's time to snackle all day at Quick Trip. QT. More than a gas station.
And one, and two.
Hey, you want to grab breakfast after this? Oh yeah, this exercise is exhausting. Cool, where to?
Get it, girls!
Quick Trip. They've got exactly what we need. Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, bacon, egg, and cheese burritos, breakfast pizzas. They're all excellent and totally economical. Are you egging me on? Come on, quit being so extra.
When it's time for breakfast, it's time to snackle all day at Quick Trip. QT. More than a gas station.
Bruce Montalvo.
Continues to spread conspiracy theories.
Penchant for promoting bogus conspiracies as though they were fact.
Montalvo.
Conspiracy theory. is Montalvo's the only radio talk show host that's not controlled.
Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code ANTICULTURE. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also, you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code ANTICULTURE. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anticulture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network.